No harmonicas.
We are live. We are live in the
I
living
used to have
room.
a dog that I'd play my harmonica song. You hear him howling all the way out the backyard.
We are live.
We are live.
Hey.
I was telling Mike we are live. We got all kinds of stories to tell. Mike is starting off with one of his own. Anyway, I'm Bobby Ray. Welcome to Live in the Living Room. We are coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. We got a really good show for you tonight. I was really excited about this one. We have all the way from Ohio, right? You're from Ohio,
I lived
right?
there one time.
Okay, you live there. Well, where are you originally from?
Oklahoma.
All right, well, never mind. We won't get there yet. Okay, we got Mike Villines over here. Yay! And then over here, a Nashville native, we have Mr. Clay Lutz.
That's right.
Thank you
He's
very much.
from here.
So Live in the Living Room, what it is basically, it's my friends. I think we're friends. Okay?
Yeah.
As long as the check keeps
As
coming.
long as the check keeps coming.
Don't kill
I
us.
invite my songwriter friends into our home, and we talk about what inspires them, where they came from, why they write the songs that they do, what their future aspirations are, and all that good stuff. We started early because we already ate. That's what we do before we do this, is we eat. Thanks to Adrian for making a delicious meal. But anyway, we're going to start off what I always do. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Mike, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Mike Villines.
Talk loud.
Talk loud.
You got to talk
But
loud.
not high pitched.
Don't bring out the harmonica for the dogs.
Don't bring out the harmonicas. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from.
I'm Mike Villines.
You said that already.
I grew up in Oklahoma, but I was in an Air Force family, so we moved all over the place, so I don't really know where I'm from.
You don't know where you're from? All right.
I've been here for a bunch of years. I bounce back and forth between here and LA and Bakersfield 2 or 3 times.
You wandered to
I'd go out there because I wanted to make money playing music, and then I'd get missing the songwriter thing, so I'd come back here, and then I'd get back here and realize I couldn't make any money playing music, so I'd get back out.
Oh my goodness. Now, did you drive or did you fly?
Drove.
You drove. All the way to California
Okay.
from here. God bless you.
Well, I stayed. I lived in LA 3 years, and then Bakersfield 4 years.
Did you get to play with Dwight?
No.
How about Buck?
I got to hang out with Buck.
Did
so-
you get to hang out with Buck?
Yeah.
How
I never
cool.
got a
Really
red,
tail
white,
cell.
never got a red, white, and blue guitar, but I
No. Did you get to play with
I
him?
actually got to play with his band.
That is
so-
really cool.
That's cool.
The
I
Buckaroos?
became friends with Doyle Kurtzinger, his bass
Oh,
player,
wow.
and so I got to do Terry Kurtzinger. I got to play some.
Now, Don Rich
little
had already,
clubs.
had
Oh,
already
Don
died.
Rich was already gone.
Yeah,
by then.
yeah. So he was playing, no, was it?
This is his later band.
Okay, the later band.
Yeah,
Okay. Probably right before he died then, huh?
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Clay, tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about you, where you came from.
It's an echo.
You're funny. Throw me off like that. Throw me off like that.
I was born and raised here. Traveled. I've lived just about every neighborhood.
In Nashville.
I've been east, west, north, south, middle. I grew up with my 4 other siblings we were over near Stratford, Easton Town. Good Baptist upbringing, so we all knew how to sing harmony. We were all required to take at least a year of some instrument. I played saxophone for like 5 years, 6 years.
You can play sax?
Yeah.
Still?
Tenor. I probably could. I'm not saying it would be good, but I can play it.
I tried playing sax. I believe it was in 3rd grade. I took my sax home because it was from the school, and I blew it too hard, during, I think it was band, and I got this major head rush, and I passed out. That was the end of my. That was the end of my saxophone career. I would not be Clarence Clemens.
I had a Selmer Signet tenor with a Berg Larson mouthpiece, wide lay mouthpiece, so you could get that real.
Yeah.
You were serious about it.
And I figured out, right before I got rid of the sax, I figured out the sax solo in Jungle Land.
Did you really?
I did.
I want to hear you play that. How cool is that?
I'd have to be pretty drunk.
Jungle Land. Wow. So how long, Mike, have you been playing guitar?
Since I was 14.
14, Clay?
13, 14.
I played my first paying gig on my 16th birthday.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to start early. I want you to play one of your favorite songs that you wrote.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that? You act like you never played before. Now sing nice and loud. You see, look, we got people watching. Say hello to the audience.
Hey, there's people commenting.
Yeah, there's. What's that one there? Bobby sucks. Okay, thank you. All right, appreciate that.
We know they're all awake. Huh?
Go ahead, Mike. Play us a song you like.
In the morning, when I reach the interstate, I'll take my memories, leave all the rest fake. She won't find me hanging around anymore like before. 'Cause I have always said I wasn't trying, but I've always been standing in a line, and she's always acting like she doesn't want to be imagine me, yeah, always. We had a good time, and I should be satisfied. Never was more than a friend in right, and my fingers never should have crossed the line like they did. But they did.
right, doggies, what do you think?
They didn't howl, they must have liked
They
it.
didn't howl. So, what inspired you? What made you write that song?
That one just kind of, it came out of 2 or 3 other songs.
Yeah.
It was actually a couple songs that kind of, that's the way songs work with me. I write about 3 or 4 and they're kind of okay, and the idea kind of develops. And then one will come together that I go, oh, okay, that's pretty good.
That one's on my playlist.
Yes, now, I just want to say, now, your songs are on my wife's playlist. So, like, when she's going through her regular day, all right, and we try to, put everybody's music on our playlist. It's on Spotify.
I do that, but nobody listens to my playlist.
And so we were going to Ohio, and she puts on Mike Villines. A little salty there, but other than that, and Clay Lutz pops up.
Any Bobby Ray?
I don't think Bobby Ray's on the playlist.
That's because he's like right next to her, I guess.
So, what about you? What would you say is one of your favorite songs to play?
Well, you want me to play?
Yes.
Okay. This one is.
You can
dear
talk
to my
about
heart.
it if you want. You can play it first and then talk about it.
Yeah, this one's dear to my heart. We'll talk about it after.
All right.
Daddy, get behind me. You've been wandering through these lovely fields too long. I've lost my homes in country line. Now it's time to go back where I belong. Sunset low and welcomes us, my blue fields, they head me homebound. Rolling down the engine, there's wind that makes a lovely morning sound. Twilight bids us welcome and won't be long till I am touching ground. When I'm homebound, clouds are disappearing, they reveal a vision deep and dark and blue. And mother, if you listen, you can hear those warm voices calling. My lines lead a song where that blacktop carries us along the way. Journey through the country, and I must admit it's been a lovely day. Twilight bids us welcome and won't along till I am touching ground. When I'm homebound, hit it, Mike. I remember days when you think it's funny how the time sure slips away. And I'll miss these lovely moments so much more than I can never try to say. Memories and later years may fail me, I will always treasure you. And for now I know you'll be with me wherever I go, whatever I may do. Future bids are welcome to me, I know I will always be homebound. Future bids are welcome to me, I know I will always be homebound.
Love that pentatonic scale.
Yeah.
Great song. Great song. Tell us why you wrote it. What's it about?
Well, my mom and dad had they liked big cars. I don't know why, but I was like 17 or 18, and we'd gone up to see my brother Charlie, who was playing. He was actually singing in the Stephen Foster story in Kentucky. And my habit was I had this guitar that my dad bought me. It was my first guitar. And I bought it. He bought it for me because I said, I think I can write. So I would pile in that big old car in the back seat, mom and dad in the front seat, and I would write. On the way up to Kentucky, on the way back, I wrote 2 songs, and that was one of them.
So that's like the first song you wrote?
It probably was the third, but it's near and dear right now because my mom is in the twilight of her life. And when I hit the part about the memory,
yeah,
I went to visit her the other day, and she said, you're just so good looking. And I said, well, I should be. You and Dad made me. She's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm your 5th child. You are? Well, you look good. She's a sweet lady, and the world will be poorer.
It's sad when you lose your parents.
And memory in later years may fail me, but I will always treasure you. That's true for her. She knows who I am. She can't necessarily place me,
right,
but her face lights up, and it's with all of us siblings. So, pretty awesome. And that's kind of what that song is about.
So what would you say, Clay, is your inspiration, your guitar heroes, who did you want to be, who did you want to emulate?
Oh, there were tons of them. I mean, Jim Croce, Gordon Lightfoot, Eric Clapton. When I got my first electric, I wanted to be Chuck Berry. And when we're out playing, we'll do Johnny Be Good.
Oh yeah,
that's my wheelhouse, baby.
You nail it. Well, you might. What's your inspirations?
Oh God! I guess when I was a kid, I wanted to be Brian Jones.
From the Beach Boys?
Rolling Stones.
Oh, Rolling Stones.
I remember looking at the TV.
I remember
looking at the TV and saying, "That's what I want to be." My dad looked at me and said, "I'll be damned."
Brian Jones was a bass player, right?
Guitar player.
Oh man, I'm just striking out. I did not do my homework for this interview. Brian Wilson was in the Beach Boys.
Brian Wilson was in the Beach Boys. Yeah.
Brian Jones, you said, was with the who? The Stones.
Rolling Stones.
He's dead now, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
not.
been dead
Yeah.
quite a while.
Okay. And Keith Moon was the Who, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I met Keith Moon.
Is there anybody you haven't
to
met?
the Ohio State Fair.
Oh
When
yeah.
I was a little kid.
Oh wow.
And you met him.
They were on tour with Herman's Hermits.
The Who was?
And we were just kids, I wanted to be backstage. I was just getting into buying records and all, and I was a big, huge fan of all that, and I wanted to get backstage. So I went backstage, and Keith Moon and one of the Blues Magoos were back there, and 14. And they said, well, come hang out with us. So we ran around the state fair, the Ohio State Fair, with Keith Moon.
And that's when you smoked your first
was
joint. He's not going to talk about that. That's really cool. So, what would you say? Do you remember your first paid gig?
Yeah, it was my 16th birthday.
Where did you play?
We played a Woolworths opening. They put a flatbed truck out in front of Woolworths, the shopping center there, Huber Heights. They paid us pretty good.
How old were you? 16.
16. It's my 16th birthday.
That's great.
The
How about
funny
you?
thing about my dad hated music. You know, my dad did not want me to play music. So
Really?
my dad had retired from the Air Force, and he'd gone into real estate, and he had this stack of flyers. And he knew we had this gig booked, you know. We were all excited. Had this stack of flyers, and he said, "You're not going here till the gig, till you go distribute these flyers." So we were walking the streets, putting these flyers on people's doors.
What were the
And
flyers?
and the lead singer is a real estate thing.
Oh,
He was
okay.
trying to sell real estate. and the lead singer of the band came up, he goes, "What are you guys doing?" He said, "We got to play in about an hour and a half. He said, "We're taking these flyers," and he opened the trunk of his car and he threw the flyers in the trunk of the car. He said, "They're distributed."
We're done. That's great.
How about you, Clay? What was your first
Well,
paid gig?
I might have to have you define paid, but actually, I think
Legal tender.
the first paid gig we did, I was in a band called the Penguins, and
The Penguins.
The Penguins. It was cute. We had little tux jackets. Yeah. We had a little silk screen.
You stole the name. There's a 50s bebop group called the Penguins.
It's
They
the
did
ultimate
her
form
name.
of flattery. It's the ultimate form of flattery.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And
They're not that young anyways, do they?
yeah, no, they didn't know it.
No.
I mean, we're talking about 13, 14,
What are they gonna do,
15-year-old
sue you?
girls. Played a dance at St. Cecilia. St. Cecilia's girls' school, right across from my high school, MDA. And yeah,
And would you get paid?
I was playing bass. I think we got two.
$200. How many people were in your group?
At that time,
That's pretty good for a first gig.
we had four.
Yeah.
We got $100 and we had 5 of us in the band.
We had 4 of us.
You bought some moon pies and
We had 4 of us.
4?
And I was playing. We were swapping off bass and guitar. So, and there was one time where I was looking out and I was playing bass, and you could see. It was kind of cool. Because the kids were dancing in the gym, and when you looked out the window onto the lawn, it was a Halloween dance, and there were the lights outside, and there were shadows outside of people that were dancing. So it was like,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I think I want to do this again.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, the funniest thing about my first gig, we had this girl that played piano in the band. And she had she didn't know her songs, so she had them all written on these little 3x5
Note cards.
Right? But we're on a
Strong.
flatbed truck. We're out in the parking lot of a shopping center, you know. And the very first song we played, a big wind came along and it blew her cars all away.
I think we've all played on a flatbed truck. Have you played on a flatbed truck? Yeah, we did. And you played on a flatbed?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the nastiest flatbed truck story. I had a Taylor guitar, which I hate that guitar. I don't have it anymore. But I was tuning it up on a flatbed truck, and the pin popped out, and it fell.
Between the slats.
No, between the slats. Okay, and I was doing a solo show. I had shorts on and a t-shirt. And I had to climb underneath this flatbed truck that was connected to the bar. I found the peg.
There you go.
I found the peg, and the show must go on. It was disgusting. It was
great.
like being in the sewer. You know what people do off of flatbed trucks is connected to the patio of a bar?
Under the boardwalk.
This is disgusting. And that was
That's
in,
great.
not Niles, it was in Warren, Ohio. I'll never forget that. So,
I played every little town there is in Ohio.
I'm
one
sure you
time or
did.
another.
have you ever played in Youngstown?
Yeah.
Yeah, where at?
Frat party.
Okay.
That one was memorable because we had snakes, you know. We set the PA way back and we had a light snake and all, and they got so rowdy they danced through our light snake and shut the lights out halfway through. Just destroyed it. We had to rebuild everything.
Now, let me clarify that for our listeners out there. It wasn't a real snake. Okay? Mike did not deal with snakes. It's a long
electrical snake.
It's a long
Takes a snake.
long board that wire that goes to the board.
Sorry.
So, other than music, what do you do for a living?
I've done all kinds of things through the years. I mean, right now I just play music.
Really, you don't have another job?
I had an embroidery business, but I sold it.
Embroidery. I never would have thought that. And Clay?
I just try and stay out of trouble.
And you do it very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Nashville, I was an electrician for a while. I didn't have a day job until I moved here. I had a songwriter friend talk me into moving here, and he told me, he said, "When you move there, you're going to have to," because I played the roads for years. He goes, "When you move to Nashville," he says, "you're going to have a job." I said, "A job? I don't want a job."
So this part, what I do is I want you to play a song that I like of yours.
Okay.
Okay? And I just got to think of which one it is. What's the not the Whataburger? What was it? No way. Remember the ham? Yeah, way back, the hamburger song.
There's a way back
Way
burger.
back burger.
There's a way back burger.
We ate there. Your song's better.
Your song's better.
Well, that's good to know.
So play that one for me.
Okay.
I think
One of my favorite songs.
I
to
think
play.
this is also on a playlist. He just gets right to it.
Way back, you and me, we go way back. We were friends before all of that brought us down. out, we can move on. With no respect, the line has been drawn way back. You and me, we go way back. We were friends before all of that brought us down. Way back, but we can't seem to find our way back. So much that we can't get past. Coming undone. Way back.
Just to a reminder, Pepsi sponsors this program, not way back hamburgers. All right? What made you
They
write
weren't
that
so
song?
good, huh?
No, it was really bad, actually. Wasn't it, honey?
Yeah, it was not good.
It was not good.
We were the only people in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, not the song, but the way.
The burgers, I was like, no,
Yeah,
it's
we're just
not
coming right out and telling the song sucks.
That one just came out of all the dysfunction right now. It actually started with a friend, and I won't say his name, but he turned on me, and that's where the actual way back we were friends, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we all have one of those.
Igor.
The rest of it is just all the dysfunction
You know, you got a head as big as
that we see, that, you know, country's turning into a battleground, and I hate that everybody's taking sides and we can't
Just can't get along.
get along. And it's gonna get worse.
I'm afraid.
Or it gets better.
You know what? This program is not politically based.
Oh, that's not a political song.
No. It's all good. Play. You know a song I
We
want
don't
you
want to make
play.
nobody mad.
Which song do
It's
you
one of
want?
my favorite ones that you wrote.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Which one is it?
You know. Play the tornado song.
Oh!
Tornado song.
Yeah.
It's not as good as my tornado song. Though. No, I'm kidding.
You got tornado song?
Yeah, I have a tornado song.
Sound like a freight train underneath the window, picking up the curtains and blowing off the roof. So hang on to me now, and we might make it, but there's no telling, and that's the truth. What the winds blow down can be built back up, but sometimes the lost can never be found. Hands in the held out and heads bowed down. Kinder words make the sweetest sound. Walls blown down can be built back up, and the homes that need them are stronger for the pain. But some walls level just might need to stay down. The holes that are needed are the ones that remain. So hold my hand just a little longer. What we bear will surely ease, and the sound of the freight train will turn to laughter, and the thundering wind, the summer breeze. Hold my hand just a little longer. What we bear will surely ease, and the sound of the freight train will turn to laughter, and the thundering wind, the summer breeze. Yeah, the thundering wind, summer breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what a lot of people probably on Facebook don't know, but Clay wrote that song, if I'm not mistaken, was the first tornado that came through the area, which was what, 20...
Actually, there were actually two in like a 10-year period, but yeah, it was 2020.
2020, the one that went
It
through
was
Mount
right.
Juliet.
It was the week before the public health emergency was declared.
That's the one that
tornado-
came through Germantown.
Yeah, yeah. Tore up Germantown.
Mount Juliet, too.
Tore up Mount Juliet. Brought down a lot of the trees that weren't torn out in the 1990.
99, the one that came through downtown.
Yep. But
So basically-
what I saw was you know all of the destruction kind of framed by people going out and checking on each other and saying,
Yeah.
you need this, let's get some tarps up, let's make sure that you got what you need.
And then it happened just about a month ago now. It
Yep.
happened all over again in Hendersonville. And
Yeah, that
Clarksville.
was pretty well. I walked out of Sam Ash and I got in my car and backed up in the parking lot, turned around, and I saw that power plant blow up there in Madison.
Oh, did you see that?
Oh yeah, like a huge fireball. Like holy crap!
And some of the buildings in Clarksville, because Clarksville was hit bad
Yeah.
in 2020 as well. So some of the businesses that had rebuilt were flattened again.
Yeah.
So maybe I should think about staying here in Nashville with the threat of tornadoes all around.
They seem to hit
Although
the
they do
same
make
places
good
over and
songs.
over
I know.
again. Yeah.
Adrian was getting her nails done at a nail salon in the Kroger shopping mall over there in Hendersonville, right there on Indian Lake.
Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street and Indian Lake. And the tornado came through, leveled the place where Caitlin was working. Because
Yeah.
Caitlin was working in that big play place.
Yeah.
And so the tornado came through, and instead of making a right turn, which would have went right through the plaza where we were at, it went left. It took out.
Went out.
Clarksville, went out.
Took out the marina out of the ground.
We were supposed to play there then.
Yeah.
Instead of us bringing the house down, Mother Nature did.
See, it's funny. I grew up in a little town in Oklahoma that we had tornadoes every year there. I remember being a kid. I used to get we didn't have a cellar, so I used to get under the bed. I don't know what good that was going to do. You know.
Did you ever see one? Did you ever see one?
Yeah. I was sitting drinking an A&W root beer stand. And there was one dropped down on the other side of town, and
I just can't imagine.
we sat there and drank our root beers and watched it. But the little house that I lived in still standing, has never been hit. Still to this day.
So you both have two unique styles. What would you say your genres are?
Me, I'd say kind of like Poco style rock country.
Oh, you scared me there a minute. I thought you meant polka, like alligator.
No,
bait.
Poco. Buffalo Springfield
Yeah.
kind of.
It's a rock, like a classic rock.
Yeah.
What about
I
you?
love country music. I play country music too, but I'm more of a rock as well.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm sorry, I'm getting loved on.
Hey, dummy, get down. I don't know if you can see this on the film.
But
This dog
I
is
think
out of control.
I wish I knew what my genre was. I think some of the songs that I love best probably tend more towards Americana.
Yeah.
I've got some rock that I do that I enjoy. I've got some, the blues stuff that I've done. And I kind of like that too.
So you're an all-around guy.
Jack of all trades,
Jack of all
master of
trades,
none.
master of none.
That's right.
All right, so here, this is the one that always throws everybody. Do you remember the first song that you wrote? First song that you wrote?
Oh.
And can you play it? You can always fake it. I wouldn't know.
Well, I hesitate to even try it because the one time that I used to do it, I wrote this song on the way to on the way to a Baptist camp, and I can't recreate it. I can just do the title because the town that we were driving through was Alabaster, Alabama, for some reason. And I wrote this song called Alabaster Blues. But apparently my diction was so bad.
Alabaster.
And
it's a clean show.
The person that that heard it said, "I thought you said I'm a bastard blues."
We'll play a little bit of it if you remember.
I can't. But I will play the first song that I wrote and recorded.
Okay, do that.
Which you probably know.
Okay.
Riding along with the radio on, listening to my favorite song. All of a sudden the signal changes. All my life just rearranges. Oh, you're giving me mixed signals. Whoa, whoa, you're giving me mixed signals. Red light, green light, stop or go. Your voice is on the radio, saying yes, no, stop, go, hey, slow down, you move so fast with me. I gotta know what you want to be. Yeah, the stops. When you say something different from the day before. Never stops. When you ain't not the same, you change rules. I'm tired of keeping score. I can't take it no more. Take it, Mike. Girl, you gotta give me some kind of sign. Got to know what's on your mind. I gotta know what you want to me to be. I gotta know what you really see in me. Oh, you're giving me mixed signals. Whoa, 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 you're giving me mixed signals. Whoa, 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 you're giving me mixed signals. I'm all mixed up. Whoa, 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 you're giving me mixed signals. I can't tell which way is up. Yeah.
That's a great song. That's off of your, what, Still Driving album?
No, that's off of Miss.
Miss. Check out Clay's songs on Spotify and all that if you like. He's on YouTube if you can't afford Spotify. It's free.
Put that sucker on repeat.
Put it on repeat. All right, Mr. Villines, do you remember your first song?
Not really. My first one wasn't all that good. It took me a while to write stuff I thought was something. And then the first ones I wrote that were pretty good, they were like rock songs the band played. I'll play you the first one that actually people said were good.
Okay.
And this one I was trying to impress Red Simpson.
Bart Simpson?
Red Simpson.
Oh, Red
You know
Simpson.
Red Simpson, don't you? He wrote a bunch of songs for. He wrote "You Don't Have Very Far to Go" with Merle Haggard.
Okay.
And I was in Bakersfield, and I found out Red was playing. There's no real songwriter scene in Bakersfield. It's a great country music scene, but there's no real songwriter scene. But I knew Red Simpson was a famous songwriter. So I
You
found
looked
out
him
he
up?
was playing around the corner from our house. So I started going over. They played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I was playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but Wednesdays I wasn't playing, so I started going over and sitting in with them. And I was taking him all these songs and trying to write something that would impress him.
Did you?
Hoping I could get somewhere, and I finally came up with this one. This one he liked, and it seemed to be pretty universally liked. So. Lonely road, says she's gone, keep moving on. This lonely road, till I find a place that I can call my home. This two-lane highway, it's always my way of coping with the dreams that only slip away. My way of hoping I get another chance in some stranger's glance. This lonely road says she's gone. When I least expect that someone kind will come along and say, follow me and I'll forget what I'm running from. And I won't have to run this lonely road. Says she's gone.
Is it recorded?
It's on Reverb Nation.
Yeah?
That's really good.
Yeah.
I got a real good version of it on Reverb Nation. I had Terry Chris play steel guitar, the guy who plays with Ricky Skaggs, he's on it.
You know,
how'd you get him?
The guy that I went to the studio, that was his studio guy.
Jonathan Mark Williams, whatever he calls himself this week. Jonathan Mark Williams. We had him play his first song, and it was awesome. I'm like, why don't you do that song? And so
I'm always impressed with people that their
it.
first song actually came out good, you know.
Yeah, he added. I told him, I said, you need to add that to your set when you play out. Man, it's a good song. All right.
That's
so,
real rare, though.
It is rare.
First song is, because usually they're pretty pretty amateur.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It was. But you know, a lot of times too. Like I started playing when I was 5, and I wrote my first song with my dad when I was 8. And not to brag, but it's a pretty good song. And thank you, Dad. And but I lost my thought.
Age. Jonathan was older when he wrote.
Yes, Jonathan was older when he wrote his first song, and he'd only been playing for a couple years before we started writing. So I was
I hear
pretty
people,
impressed.
of course, I never know if I
Thank
believe
you.
them or not that it's their first song.
I'm gonna
you know.
tell-
John
props
Wall
there.
didn't write his first song until he was in his 40s.
Right, Don Walden wrote his first song.
Really?
And he has cornbread has taken the nation. You know that song, cornbread.
Yeah, I heard that one,
Cornbread,
yeah.
cornbread, iced tea. And then Steve Brown. I don't think he's written a long time. For a long time, he writes some great songs.
Yeah, he's got some really good stuff.
Really good stuff. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. I got one more question for you. How do you measure your success so far as a singer-songwriter in Nashville? And are you happy where you're at, or you want more?
I won't know.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah. I've been through many incarnations.
See, I look at you and I'm thinking, oh man.
For years, all I wanted to be was a bass player. You know?
Yeah.
I played with Jeannie C. Riley and Billy Joe Royal and
Did you
a
really?
bunch of different people.
You played Harper Valley PTA? Wow. You hear that? Harper Valley PTA. So, would you say you're happy with your progression so far?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
I
see
mean, I
yourself?
measure success right now just being able to pay my bills, just playing music.
Yeah.
That's my goal right now, just to not to have a job.
But I mean, do you? Right, and me too. But do you see yourself? I mean, are you trying to still get that brass ring that you came down here to get?
Oh yeah. I don't think we'll ever lose that. You know, I'm more realistic about it than I
I
used
am.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't see it as all glitter and stars anymore.
No.
It's been a good ride. I mean, you know.
Well, don't cash us out yet, Mike. For God's sakes.
It's
You're sticking around.
You can't say.
yeah.
You can't say it's been a good ride. It's-
I'm just
I gotta
saying
play
up
more
to this
now.
point it's been
You're
fun.
still in the car.
That's
how
right.
about you? What do you play? How do you?
I'm
measure
not there yet. I don't know what there really is other than I want to make a living doing something that I love doing.
That's my goal right now, is to be able to
and-
just make a living at it.
And writing and performing are kind of two sides of the same coin. Be nice if it were like a gold one, but it's closer
I
to a
don't feel
plug
like
nickel.
I've written my best song yet.
No.
I think there's
I'm the
lots
same way.
more to come. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't. There's it ebbs and flows, right?
yeah.
Sometimes you've got one that just piles out of you like that's it, and then you play it for somebody and then
Yeah.
yeah.
and then
I got
there's-
some of those.
and then
Yeah, I
there's the
think we
one
all
that
have
you've got like a couple of lines that are just gold,
Yeah.
and you're like, can I structure something around it, or you've got a riff that is just driving,
Yeah.
and can I get a lyric around it?
Yeah. I've got one right now that I think the music's fabulous, and I cannot find lyrics to save my life. And it'll come. I mean, it's one of those things that.
You guys like to co-write?
My old neighborhood was 5 different songs before it became my old neighborhood.
Yeah. You like to co-write?
I've done a couple of co-writes, and they're fun, but you're not coming to shoot. You're coming to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I oftentimes will get sidetracked.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Ooh, something shiny.
I have a different approach to
What were we talking about?
Well, all right.
The only thing I don't like about co-writing is
You got to
is that
share.
Most of the people I've co-written with, I mean, you get 3 hours,
Yeah.
and after the 3 hours, it's up to you to kind of finish the song.
Yeah.
Because they don't ever.
Yeah.
I got 2 or 3 I've written with other people that I'm the only one who knows them.
Yeah.
They're good songs.
Yeah.
But you say, well, let's, I'd like to take something and make a great song out of it. You can make a good song in 3 hours. To me, it's better to have something that you both kind of stick with long enough to.
Yeah. Are you a lyric guy first or a music guy first?
Music.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes, you know me, I'm always noodling.
Yeah.
So there's always something that happens, and it's like, ooh, let's make that happen again.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's a lyric that comes along, and you're like, that's the beginning of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the beginning of
I
something.
get that.
And I will write it out, and I get frustrated because I can't fit the chords in. You know, I can't figure out is this sounding in like a minor key? I got bitched at. I got fussed at because I don't do that many minor key songs.
Yeah. Because you're a happy guy. That's got to be it.
I don't know.
I love minors.
I like.
I do too.
No,
I like
minor
sad
chords.
Don't.
Minor chords.
Next week's show's canceled.
Next week's show is canceled.
With the big X in there.
For me, it's always lyrics.
We understand.
It's always lyrics.
Really?
Well, Kevin came up with the idea for Red Bull and cigarettes, and before I had even any idea that we were going to put music to it, we started writing the words out. And then it came out. But for me, it just seems, if I get a lyric, it'll eat me alive until I have it. I mean, once I have the lyric, then I can put music to it. And then you got to worry about writing music doesn't sound like something else that you wrote.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up for tonight's adventure of Live in the Living Room. But before we go, Clay, tell us where you're playing next.
Where am I playing next? Actually, next week I'm going to be hosting
Bad Axe.
Bad Axe Writers Round.
I'm going to be on that one.
Good. And then I think I'll be a Bad Axe solo that weekend. But
Are you playing a show there?
yeah,
Sunday? Okay. How about you?
I'm going to be at the Smokehouse tomorrow night.
Well, tell
Mount
them where
Eagle.
that's out, because
Mount
people might
Eagle.
want to come down from Ohio
Jim
to see
Oliver
it.
Smokehouse, yeah. Very cool room. Very
call a
cool.
buddy, tell a friend.
And then Clay also has music on Spotify. He's got 2 albums on Spotify, right?
Yep.
And,
On all your streaming platforms.
and you have
I've got an album and 3 singles out there. And guess you're getting ready to put Way Back out there
Yay!
real soon. It's
You don't have it on
recorded.
The dogs want
How
that
is,
on.
how is she listening to it if it's not out there?
Hope somebody didn't put it out there.
Don't you have Way Back? Oh, I thought that was on there.
It's probably the best thing I've ever recorded recordings from.
Always.
Always.
Well, his whole album is.
All right, so tomorrow night I'm playing at the Bad Axe, and we just released You and Me in Tennessee, the unplugged version. If you want to check it out on Spotify and anywhere you stream, and like Steve Brown, since we talked about him and Rawl and those guys, if you want, and Don Wall, if you want to check their music out, always you can stream their music. And I want to thank Clay and Mike Villines for coming out here,
Thanks for having
Thanks for having us.
and Adrian as always. And yes, say hi to my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. And my dad, he's watching
Hi,
and
Dad.
listening. And Kevin and Danielle for opening up the home, your side of the house to us. And to the dogs for behaving,
Mostly.
mostly.
I had a choice.
Yeah, you could have stayed in your bedroom. Anyway, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week on Live in the Living Room. Play some music, boys. Take it home.
Yeah.